Well, Leah, let's just introduce you. Who are you, Leah, champion of season 8?
Hi, I'm Liya Chu. I am currently 14 and I live in Scarsdale, New York.
In New York City. So, how did this cooking thing start for you? From what I understand, it was a family tradition.
Yeah, so basically all of my family we're like kind of surrounded like with like restaurants, and like my parents actually have two restaurants and my great uncle had a restaurant. So it's kind of I was involved in a kind of like restaurant environment. So when I was growing up, I would always be in restaurants. I would always be surrounded by chefs and cooks. So I think that's sort of one reason why I like to cook, and also because I'm interested in it. I like doing it for hours and hours. I could just be in a kitchen for around 6 hours and not get tired of it. So that's probably another reason why I got into it.
I'm assuming you washed a few dishes.
Yeah, but mostly we throw it to my brother because he eats the food, but he has to do something in the family. So yeah.
That's the worst part. I do the cooking here too. So, have you ever been to Michigan? I mean, you've been well traveled on this tour. Have you been to Kalamazoo?
Actually, we haven't been to Michigan yet, but we will. And I am really excited because I've heard a lot about Michigan, and apparently it's really cold up there, like New York. So,
It is. It really is. When you think of Michigan, do you think of any certain type of food? I mean, I don't know if we're really known for a type of food.
actually, I haven't. I don't really know much about Michigan, so I don't know. All I know is that it's really cold and Michigan football team. That's all I know.
Oh, that's a completely different topic there. Let me tell you what. When it comes to being on the show, obviously growing up in restaurants, you probably picked up some skills, but during the filming of the show, were you able to pick up new skills? Did you master something that you didn't know before?
Yeah, no, I definitely learned so much on the show. Like just from at home, I probably didn't know a lot about like you could poach things and the way you could like pressure cook things. And it was just every single episode, I learned something new. And the people around me, like the MasterChef Juniors, the others, they also taught me so much. And also Gordon and Daphne and Iran, they also taught me a lot of life lessons and things like don't doubt yourself before you even do something, and don't let like you being nervous change what you can actually do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure cooking, especially in a competition, involves a lot of confidence. What would you say was the one skill that you really are glad you learned?
I'm really glad to learn. Well, I knew never give up, but the way I learned it on the show was really like it was a very unique experience because we were in the top six and we were doing the restaurant takeover. And during that time, I was really stressed because I couldn't cook the sea bass right. And I was just freaking out and I was already giving up. And I only cooked two raw sea bass and I was already freaking out. So Gordon pulls me aside and goes, "Hey, right now you need to calm down, get back into it, and don't give up because you haven't even gotten to like five sea bass and you're already crying." So yeah, I think it's a lot that I've learned and that's going to be with me forever.
So now that you won season 8, I'm assuming your mom and dad are like, okay, we have a celebrity chef. You do all the cooking at home, right?
Um, well, I'm a little lazy when it comes to cooking. So the cleaning part and the cooking part, I have to do both of most of the time. So no, I definitely cook at home a lot. I would always try to try new recipes and like latest trends because we as teens we use a lot of social media lately. So I'm always catching up on like trends and seeing new ways of cooking. So yeah, definitely cooking a lot.
All right, we've mentioned washing dishes and cleaning a couple times here. So let's talk about the messes. What was the biggest mess you ever made?
Whoa, probably when it comes to baking, always the mess. Because just like you have to like have a lot of measurements and there's a lot of components in there. And I'm always like dumping flour and then the flour goes everywhere. And then it's like by the end of the day, it's a whole different place. Yeah.
When it comes to baking or cooking, what do you prefer?
I'm more of a cook, but I really like sweets. Like I love to eat sweets. But when it comes to cooking, I'm better at savory dishes. So recently I've been trying to learn a little more about baking and like getting better at it.
Every chef has a signature dish. I mean, do you have a signature dish that you're like, if you really wanted to impress somebody, this is what you would make?
I think definitely my traditional homemade dumplings because they're something that like everyone eats and everyone knows of. And some people really don't know how to make them. And I feel like as a family, we have a very traditional recipe. So they're really special to me. And I really just want to like show everyone how to make them.
When you say show everyone, does that mean you'll give me the recipe?
Well, if you come to the tour, you might be able to see.
It is something I've always wanted to try. So let's talk about this show. What should people expect when they see a MasterChef Junior live show?
So you're going to see a bunch of different cooking demonstrations. You're going to see messy challenges. You're just going to see a bunch of just really family friendly. And like, we're going to be trying to do some maybe mystery box challenges, but you're going to have to come and see. Yeah.
I cannot wait. Absolutely loved watching you on the show. Love the show just in general, but to see it live, I'm assuming at some point, if we're lucky, maybe a taste test or no?
Yeah, we're gonna have the audience members, some of them come up on stage, be some judges. There's gonna be some like audience and like cook type of like sous chef thing going on there. So there's definitely gonna be tasting going on. Yeah.
Awesome. Some audience interaction as well. Well, we cannot wait to see you in action, Liya. Thank you so much for the time today.
Thank you. I hope you see you come. Bye.
Bye.
Of course, you can catch Michelle and I. We're going to be there. MasterChef Junior Live. It's going to be at Miller Auditorium Sunday, September 25th. The show starts at 3 in the afternoon. Get your tickets. Go to millerauditorium.com.